Hey, collective. Good to see you. Hope you had a great day. Okay, so for our easy facial hack, of course, water, water, water. I need a drink of water. You can add your organic essential oils. And I noticed shopping for Christmas, there's this instrument that it looks like a little flat rubber, um, like those flat size of let's see, like this, like the size of a Q-tip or cotton swab, and it had like little soft, um, not like a toothbrush, but raised parts on it. And I thought, I have something like that around the house, and it's to remove blackheads out of your skin very gently. And so I know that the best toothbrushes are soft, so it doesn't wear down your enamel. And remember to floss on both sides every day because that's brushing literally all four parts around your tooth, with your teeth, all of them. So this toothbrush I think I was using this for my eyebrows. And um, no, I think I bought this an inexpensive one at like a dollar store. And this one has like little, if you can see it, soft. And then like these parts right here, see, there's like little bristles around it. So that's a little stiffer. So I just started doing my T zone area. That's my type. And if you're oily or dry, you can do all of it. I did all of it anyways, but I focused on my T zone. And you know how we get like those impurities stuck in our um, pores. So instead of just like squeezing them out and making like, um, you know how that happens. We've all been teenagers. It can make like a welt or whatever. So I put some gentle um, face wash on this, and the deeper ones I kind of like poked with the stiffer bristles. So depending on your skin type, and how many blackheads you have, you can get a stronger one. They have soft, medium, and hard, I guess. I don't know. I only buy soft. So I'm only familiar with the soft, but definitely, I noticed it was taking the whiteheads out too, and maybe some like little bumps that um, I scrubbed too. And then I also did the rest of my face. So that's why I have a little redness around, and it works. It really, really works. And it's affordable. Everyone has extra toothbrushes lying around. So try it and be gentle, of course. I did have a little bit of blood showing, but you can use turmeric is not only good for as like an aspirin, and look it up. There's a lot of benefits. Yet I have this facial scrub that also has turmeric because um, in India they use turmeric for also stopping the bleeding, and this has vitamin C. Vitamin C is good for evening the tone. If you have like sunspots or freckles are a little different, but it evens your tone with vitamin C. And so, don't put your finger in the products because you're adding impurities and it grows. If you had a microbiology class, you will understand. Yet, like you touch your phone, it has a lot of bacteria, excuse me. And that's why COVID, I didn't understand why it was just the mouth we're covering when people should be wearing gloves because viruses aren't airborne and people are touching bacteria, touching things, and then eating, or even if you touch your face, you're adding that bacteria. So use an instrument, or this came with this, but you can also get like a little spatula or a knife, a little tiny something dull like a butter knife that you can use instead of putting your finger and contaminating. Infection control is what it's called. So, little facial hack I discovered and I wanted to share with you, collective and karmics and the mean girls. So, hope you work on your meditation, sitting in the power, um, cleansing and relaxing your bodies, working on peace. There's all kinds of binary beats we can sleep with. Um, some of us are more powerful in our sleep, especially working with our divine team, grounding with Mother Earth, and honoring Mother Earth. The divinity in us honors the divinity in Mother Earth, and back up through our bodies with the electricity of divine, and using our gifts to open up our protective realm, heavenly protective realm around us that is um, universes and universes thick, that um, heaven and the dimensions and timelines are filled with our protection, because that's the great thing about doing the inner work, right? Collective and healing and raising our vibes and dropping the karmic um, devil energies of illusion, the dark illusion. Who uses the dark illusions? How's that working out for you? Huh? You guys happy and growing, and your money's long lasting, because divine is eternal. So, Archangel Michael, please enter our technology and protect the collective, protect my technology, and return to senders any low vibes and nefariousness. Handle those situations, return to senders times 10. Thank you. Powerful name of Jesus Christ. And our archangels stand in four corners of our rooms, around our homes, our families, and our pets, our life, everything that you notice that I may have missed, and protect. Definitely, this is for the collective as well. Remove any bindings and spell work and hexes, curses, all that wily coyote, whack job, waste of time and energy they try to control, manipulate, and deceive. That does not harm us at all, because for the several thousandth time, not only are we protected, you think you're lying to us? Well, you're not lying to our spirit team. That's right, our ancestors, our archangels, our ascended masters, our divine, because karma is real, divine is real. So give it up. Na 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 na. Baby, give it up, baby, give it up, and repent. Ooh, ooh. All right. So that's that. I got lots of new decks I can't wait to use. Our ancestors, Egyptian. I'll do that next time. But for now, let's start with really like the star dragon. Okay. So a lot of us collective are having to decide, like, if we know, because we know that we have a twin flame, we're a part of the 144,000. Um, a lot of us probably already knew that we were earth angels and star seeds, yet, um, you know, life is full of surprises. So, um, we are having choices, right? For our higher level soulmate. Um, And we want to um, we want to do this smart, right? We want to live smarter, not harder. That's why we've done all the inner work and raising our vibrations, having our protection. And we definitely want to partner up with someone who is balanced, right, in every way that we can have a long life partnership with, and that we can trust the heart is stable. The heart is what it's about, the vibrational heart, the inside that is shown on the outside. And we won't ever have to worry about the next hoe or Jezebel's, um, you know, distracting them. And actually, that would only be if they were vibrating on that level. So we have to go with who resonates with us. Okay. And we had to do our own inner work. Everyone has to do it. Just like when my son wanted to join West Point, and people are saying, "Well, you must be a good mom to have, um, your kids are responsible and they have good jobs and they're helpers, they're service to others and everything." Well, the thing is that I knew that um, I can I can give them, um, you know, I can lead a horse to water, lead my little ponies to water, but I can't make them drink. It has to come from them. They are going to have to drink the water and learn, and has to come from their heart and soul. I'm not going to be the one taking the test, doing the really hard, difficult things for them. It has to be their own individual soul. Parents really don't have, on a spiritual level, the only thing parents do is, hopefully, good parents won't give shitty learned behaviors, will give positive learned behaviors, also knowing their choices, the dark illusions, and what is long lasting, what is deceitful, what not to do, and what is real and solid and hard and going to be a benefit. They're going to have a good investment, something that is going to be worth it. And so, okay, so grief and accepting loss. So, grief and accepting loss. How do we make lemonade out of these lemons? Gratitude. Okay. I've experienced that. And a lot of us at this high vibing level have walked through hell in order to catapult our asses into heaven, the high vibes, right? So we know, in order to get these portals, in order to get into these realms that we want, right? Mario knows he's going to have to catapult, he's going to have to slay the dragons in order to open the doors that Mario wants, just like us, right? We have to slay the dragons, the bad dragons of shit that is of deceit and lies and manipulations and all that crazy Jerry Bringer Jerry Bringer whack job shit, in order to get into the doors that are, ah, right. We can let it out. We can take a deep breath and, ah, right, that vacation that we so deserve. And um this is our soul plan. Everyone has um, chosen this before we came here. And it's easier to take responsibility and accountability for what happened in our lives when we know we were strong enough. God never gives us something we cannot handle. And we signed up to do it for a reason. And us warrior angels, volunteers, get this. And also, um, there's someone, also our higher vibrational soulmate is ready and waiting for you. Okay. They've done the work, they've done the inner work, been there, done that, bought the t-shirt, and they've, just like you, have raised their vibrations, walked through hell, and catapulted themselves to higher vibes into these doors, right? like the Mario that we are. They don't stay stuck just, with the um with the dragons eating them, death, death, death. No, they slay those dragons and get into the doors in order to win, right? And God always wins. Our creator, our source, our galactics. You channel your galactics, you meditate and talk. There's people who do that. Understand the galactics explain these. All higher dimensional um, beings have to be of love and light. They can come back and, like, say Sasquatch are sweet. Okay, they can come. They're 5D. You have to be five. You have to be sweet and love and light in order to go past 3D. We did these in other our 5D dimension, right? Enlightenment, love, joy, and they can come back to 3D as people see them, but they never catch them because they're able, just like um, our high vibrational uh, galactic families can go higher and come back. So, in order to get to these doors of higher dimensions and get more of these gifts, telepathy, um, thoughts transferred to other planets, and ships, mothership of the Palladians, that there's a couple that does that with healing trauma souls that need to um, be whole again and heal those fragmentals. Um, there's a lot of work by higher vibrationals that can bring these souls into healing motherships and places that we can go back and forth through these doors and have um, all these really cool Avenger superpowers, right? And that's what I want, and that's why I work really hard immediately to raise my vibrations, and no matter what. When I lost my son, they say that's the worst thing in the world that can happen to anyone. That's what psychologists have said who work with all aspects of life. And that was one thing I conquered. So I know that I'm unbreakable. And also, my other lifetimes, I can also explore and find out what I've been through then, even asking my angels before I go to sleep to visit and notice as an observer to, to understand what happened. Yes, we've all like been at combat in another lifetime. Well, the new souls, no. But I know that I have. I've experienced being a man. I was a professor at a university, a brick and mortar Ivy League, teaching philosophy. I know that I was a mermaid in another lifetime. I know that I was a fairy in another lifetime with my mother. I was an element. I was a guardian angel checking in, and that was fun going through portals. I can still remember that clear as day. We can do that when we do our um, past life regression. And in this lifetime, it kind of like once you have that, you kind of never forget it, and it's easier to tap into with your angels and your protection, of course. So, anyways, so our higher soulmate is going to be ready and waiting and mature with with a gift, and um, we'll know to put low vibers at bay. We'll kind of be at empress status. Divine feminines, we're at empress status. We hold the four energies of the four queens, and that is like wearing many hats, of course. And also, will your resonating high vibrant soul partner and is spiritually awakened, third eye awakened, and will want the same love and respect that you deserve, right? They're going to also value the same morals and consistencies. Also, will keep gossip at bay and won't partake in gossip. Also, will keep emotional manipulators at bay, kind of like a captain does with maybe like the crew, right? The crew of the ship. There's all kinds of walks of life and people, and the captain is going to discern and also take charge of who's going to try and um, emotionally manipulate them. Because no, this is the captain. The captain is actually the last name of the ship, right? Like my, say my last name is Flowers. Okay, so Flowers. 1A is pulling in to port. And then everyone reports to me. And if somebody is trying to do any Jerry Springer low vibe stuff, I'm going to immediately shut it down and I am going to rephrase that and let them know it's like this because of, of my reasons. And then next person, next person, next person. It's an address, right? And then I am always addressed as right? Captain Flowers, because that's my hat, the hat that I'm wearing, the respect. And I've earned that, right? Empresses, divine feminine flowers. You, blah, blah, blue, blah, blah, that. And that's sitting on our throne and that's wearing our crown. Okay. And literally being a civilian, no, people aren't going to say divine feminine flowers or Captain Flowers yet. I know in my mind, when someone is addressing me or talking to me, I'm on my throne and I'm listening in my captain hat. And when someone tries to manipulate me or control me or do any low vibe stuff, I will still, I'll shut it down and redirect the a proper way that needs to be because this is my mind, this is my body, my heart, my soul, and this is my ship, my temple, and I'm in charge. And so will your partner understand the same boundaries of loved ones too, especially during the um, right. Hey, I my ex-husband was around for Thanksgiving and he raised my children too and I'm just like I'm don't have a problem with it. I'm cool. I'm in high vibes. I'm healed. I made clear of that. It's okay. I don't care. My kids love you too and you're totally welcome. And so that's okay. And his family for years and years accepted my kids and my half black kids too, unconditionally. So that's okay. I remember and it's okay. And I wasn't I buried the hatchet and that was just a peaceful time that we could all enjoy, to get over my own ass and be the empress, sit on my throne and be professional, yet the mother, the captain of my ship, my temple. um, and it was cool for everyone. Um, there was no harsh feelings, and it was also a way to enjoy Thanksgiving with my family, and also use discernment of light. Right, someone who's in double energy who still needs to heal has if they think the dark is where they best like to sit. We can't. We have to be balanced. We need a balanced partner. Even someone who always sits on the right, the light. We need a balance. We need to, and not black and white. We need color. Black and white thinking. There's a fallacy with that, right? Especially um, philosophers, attorneys, legal system understands this, especially with all the cases, all the Jerry Springer cases. There's a gray area, there's color to life. And we want facts. We want someone in a unity consciousness, right? We put in the work, a Christ consciousness. Um, Giving to others, right? And that's the high vibrational of our galactic families in service to others, not service to self. Humanitarians. this is how the galactics work, and on a different financial system. And everyone is abundantly and provided for because everyone does their equal give and take. Everyone carries their own weight. Everyone is on the same vibrational frequency and it functions. Everything has a community that functions equally. And even if there's a chain of command, it's still an understanding of what our jobs are. And anyone who does the same job at their best is an expert after 10 years or more. And this is what makes the best production of benchmarking. Even a successful company that functions and is successful and keeps their employees. If they have a high turnover, what's wrong with that picture? If there's, and it loses money, the company is going to lose not just money, the energy, the time, right? It's all energy, and humans are a resource. So, and this is like not to just take the employees who get an equal give and take, saying as a relationship, are going to be happy and stay. And the company is going to benefit because they're not going to have to waste time and money and energy making a whole department to retrain everyone. And people who are less experts in their field are going to make more mistakes. And that is where is also a downfall for a company. So that's something to benchmark. And the same thing for a relationship, having someone who has that equal give and take of the same yoke, as the Bible puts, as God says, ordained by God, equal yoked. There's going to be a symbiotic relationship between the company and the employee, or someone who feels like they're benefiting and getting um, a, some long lasting, right? That makes someone and the company have that long term relationship. Also, that's long lasting. Double energy, the illusion, the dark, that's not long lasting. Deceit and lies and all that shit, that's not long lasting. No. And we all grow older. We all grow older. We all get health. We all need health. We all need dental. We need medical. We need someone who cares there, right? Um, it's just a part of a relationship, and there's all kinds of relationships. There's relationships with our teachers in school, there's relationships with other students, there's relationships in our jobs. It's a culture also. There's, or you can use that word, whatever. It's still that has to function and work, right? Symbiotically. And making it lasting is a good investment that we can trust and know that we can depend on someone, the go to person. You've heard of that, right? It's really been raining in Hawaii, and all these like termites have just been coming out of the woodwork, and I've just been staying on top of it. So if you notice that walking across the camera, oh well, um, that's why. And so anyone who's in that double low vibe, deceitful energy, forget it. That's a no. Easy. It's easy. Um, so collective, watch out for the people who are around them, because not only are you in a, they say when you marry someone, you marry their family too. Okay, that's fine. Nobody's perfect. Everyone has that family member who eats Fruit Loops and, thinks what they want to think, and that's okay. We can accept them for who they are and love them and respect them. Yet we don't have to let them control us because we're adults. So, and we're in charge of we're adults, basically, grown ass people. And that still can be loving and respectful, and even more loving and respectful to us, me and my partner is going to understand my boundaries and that I'm in charge of this ship. this is my ship. I'm the captain of my ship. I'm the captain of both of us are equal captains in our relationship, and this is how it's going to be, you know? Love it or, take it or leave it. And that happened when I was married to my first husband who's black. And um, it's like, well, you love me and accept me. This is how I'm going to be. And I was like, okay. Fine. And it ends up being just and then it blew over. It wasn't a big deal. Um, so people around them sometimes, if they think their friends have their best interests out for them, and you notice, being intuitives, that these are people who really um, are looking for the first second to sue them, the first second to screw them out of money and you tell them that, and they don't understand that, you know, that's also an issue. We notice that when we are with low vibers who or someone we love who really has a good heart and is trying, but their friends are not so have their best and highest good out for them. That's another thing to consider. Do you want to keep, dealing with that? Sometimes we have to just say okay and accept it. And even though it may hurt and really sad to give up on that person, you have to let them be themselves, right? And we understand that as readers, we can give our honest um, gift advice and take it or leave it. And sometimes if they have to still learn that lesson the harsh way, and we know it will hurt them, that's a lesson they have to learn, and we have to leave them at that and move on with someone who is more spiritually awakened, and we can have feedback on each other, right? Be more of a sound board. So that's something to consider, collective. Okay, whether they're your twin flame or not, and you guys have this soul frequency and are the same soul. I feel that a lot of us were kind of made a plan, like God said, okay, I want my best students to grab my students who are stuck in your same soul. And we'll call you twin flames because you're the same soul, but two different bods on the same timeline. And you're going to meet them and you're going to bring them up to speed. Okay. And this will help your Mario. It will catapult your Mario. And even though there's a special place for your twin flame because it's you and you've got those feelings of your souls vibrating the same song. Okay, but isn't that beautiful? We have to appreciate that. We have to make lemons out of that lemonade and have gratitude that God allowed us to do this, to come and meet ourselves on the same timeline. And hey, kind of bring them up to speed, let them know some truths that they can trust, even though they didn't at the time. But they have to see on the linear slow line and let them go through that process just like we have years ago. It was for me in my 20s. Okay, so that was 45 years ago, and maybe it was another lifetime for you. And we're old souls, we've done more and we've experienced more. They haven't. And that's why a lot of twin flames I downloaded is there's one more spiritually advanced than the other, and the other is has to see for themselves. And for us, giving them that insight or foresight, and then it pans out on linear slow line, and it might don't let it frustrate you. Just let like a mother or a father does with their children, right? We have to give them time to have those bumps and bruises to find out for themselves. I feel it is the same kind of way. And I'm really grateful I had the chance to experience being a mother because it's made me totally patient. And that's a wisdom. That is a light in the dark because my patience is my wisdom. That's dark to light. And it wasn't an illusion. It wasn't a trickery. It was something that I had to go through and learn my own bumps and bruises, and my patience turned into wisdom. And, it's like a lawyer. They can give advice. I've been there, done that. Take it or leave it. If somebody wants to listen and use that knowledge instantly to benefit them, they can. And then there's other people that be like, well, wait a minute. How do I know that's a fact? How do you just have to let people, um, the horse needs to drink. Okay. So let them find out for themselves. Um, and also, if they're friends at any chance, let them find out that and see for themselves that you can call judgment and give it to divine to say, hey, help me out here. You have more powers than I do. You might have to rip off the blindfold and the black magic or whatever and let them see on their own validation who are the selfish ones, who are the greedy ones, who are the ones ready to sue you at a drop of a hat. Um, and it's always the greed, right? Greed will resonate with greed. So don't be around greedy people, whether it's your twin flame or not. That's something that they will have to learn what is best for them or not. So stay out of the devil's playground. It's gross. And you've already been there. Why? Why go through that again? Why go through the karma again? You can be friends. I would say, I'm not telling you what you can or can't do. It's your life. But when we have to discern between, if our twin flame hasn't made it up to par um, yet, then and they're still finding out for themselves the right choices, let them. Like your children, let them. Okay, let them go to college, let them go to kindergarten and learn those lessons, how to correctly make friends, and then if they want to tell you, hey, you know you can be there as their advice, or whatever they're going through, let them make their own choices. And if they are stuck this whole entire lifetime, then when they cross over, that'll be something that they will have to, in their life review, they'll see, oh, maybe I could have done this better. Maybe I could have done that better. Shit, I wasted this whole life, um, you know, not making a decision and kicking my own ass, um, and can work it out. And then there's a lot that goes into a soul plan. And you on the other side can say, no, I'm not coming back. I'm not coming back. This is my last rodeo. Okay. Um, and that's the benefit of us. We having our own soul. We are our own. They have to realize too, growing up, nobody comes into this world that's not alone, and their decisions are alone. And when we leave, it's alone. That's growing up. Um, and also, um, a lot of people need to clear their chakras and rebuke any black magic, stopping their throat chakra, wear a turquoise. That could be beneficial. And always clear your energies daily, maybe twice a day, depending the environment you're in. Okay, taking salt baths, grounding. I use my when I brush my teeth, that's my alarm. I need to get to work on my spiritual cleansing and my work with my divine guides and set my intentions, right? And open up my silver cord with divine filling in. And, you know, there's nothing more powerful than Most High. And the high vibe loves. Love. Yeah. Send love vibes to those demons and they'll explode. Easy. It's easy. And also, yeah, it's easier to, if someone is stuck in their pride, then, there's a problem with that healing. They need to still apologize to themselves. and forgive themselves. And also, that's a good decision on, if your higher vibrational soulmate will not be stuck in their pride. They're higher vibrational. They're in the unity consciousness, not the ego, not the greed, self, all that low vibe stuff. They are in the love vibe. So that's a good choice for our lifelong partner of love, right? We want them in the love vibe. Makes sense to me. Um, and if they're in the love vibe, they're not going to listen to controlling jerks who are negative or negative about the one you love, and they're going to stop it. They'll say enough. Divine masculine, divine feminines, wearing your captain hat, your throne, your crown is going to, remember, who is it? The evil, Dr. Evil with Mike Myers. He was like this with his mini me. Uh, uh, and his son kept trying to say, uh, uh. No, the dad, the father, the emperor was in charge. It was like, stop, 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 enough, stop. Like a parent can do. Being a grown ass adult, divine emperors, divine feminine, divine masculine empresses, we have that energy, right? We have that energy that we've evolved as the swords, right? The truth. So making that choice, that's easy. That person who lets that happen in their life, that's a no. And the person who can take charge of their own life, even if it's their mother or their father. I love you, mom. I respect you, mom, but this is my life. Father, I love you. I respect you, but this is my life. Respect my boundaries. I respect you. Respect me. Let me make my own mistakes. If that's how they want to say, well, you're making a mistake. Fine. Let me make my own damn mistakes, like you did when I went to kindergarten, when I went to college. You know, I tell you. Um. So, at any chance, a divine higher vibes is truly smart and protective of our collective. That's a good choice. Someone who is really smart is going to be protective and selective, right? We want someone who isn't going to waste our time, who's going to be a good investment, who's going to be a good partner, equally yoked, equally give and take, honest, truthful, trusting, easy. Um, so you're in love with someone who has addictions and you feel like you can help them with it. I I personally, a good choice is to as a friend, because how do we know how long that is going to take? How do we know that is cold turkey? They're going to show it. If they're sorry, then they'll show it. I don't want to hear it. I want to see it, because that's how I am. I've stopped cold turkey, and my equal partner will be just as strong as I am to say, okay, I need to wipe my ass and pull up my pants, zip it up, get dressed, put my hat on, my throne, and stand in my power, sit in my power, and take control of my life, because this is how I want to live. We do it. I did that when I joined the Navy. Oh shit. My parents wanted me in the military. My brother, who was a pilot in the Air Force, everyone said, at 18, you should do this. You should do that. You should do this. And I'm like, well, I'm not ready. I want ready. I like being a girl. I like wearing polish. I like going out to concerts. Well, I didn't know I could do all that shit. I didn't know. Okay. I should have had, I felt if I had more guidance from them telling me, well, we needed more talking, like, oh, you can do all that shit. You just have to give it up for about 3 months of boot camp. Or, you know, I didn't know at 18, I should have done my own research. Now I do. I know that if I would have done my own research, that would have saved me years and years and years and years and years of um, doubts, which I know now. and I could share that with you. We need to do our own research instead of, I don't know, I don't know, I don't know. And so, yeah, I was completely, and I wish, I don't say that. There's a reason for everything, okay? But I did learn that lesson, and if I could go back, I would right out of being 18 because the benefits are amazing, and it was awesome seeing the world and meeting like-minded people. There's all walks of life, but still, when you have that ingrained in you, we're soldiers, right? We're soldiers. We're whatever branch you're in. It's a difference, okay? Unless, there's always one like Jeffrey Dahmer who was raised by um, a satanic mother and was abused and lonely, and he had a lot of um, heartbreaking issues. Yet there's a lot of safety concerns trying to help someone like that, right? So, some to think about. So, we can help, but from a distance is safer. And still, a higher soul vibing soulmate is um, more reasonable, someone rational and equally yoked. So, someone who's equally yoked isn't going to have um, addictions, lies, wanting unequal give and take is a good clue. And just take and only take. Um, so that's a good warning sign. They might want to cloak their mischievousness or mask their true intentions, but sometimes they'll just want to rob your energy if they're in those low vibes and take it back to their um, people they work with and their coven or their freaking Jezebel whack job. Um, so you have to let them know, hey, you might think you're fooling me, but being all the work that I've done paid off because I have freaking us collective who've done all the work in the healing and staying in the high vibes of love and light has the entire heavenly realm watching and protecting us and will hand them their ass and see and know lifetimes ahead, past, everything in, out, around, under, lot more than what they think they're getting over on us, and future, past, every way around will give them karma. So you can let them know. You might think you're fooling me, but you're not going to fool my heavenly realm. The protection also, who's ready to hand you your ass at a call of judgment for them to step in and give you right back what you gave. Your energy will be, own it. Okay, collective. Also, the flexibility that we have in our easy breezy love vibes that we've earned going through the trials and tribulations of hell and progressed through, pushed through from our guts, our heart and soul to make it where we are now. Um, the flexibility can be easily taken for granted. It can also be taken as a weakness, like our kindness and our generosity to humanity can be taken for granted. Yet, always ask your angels or spirit teams. They can see and know more than we can. So we have to remind ourselves every day. Use when you brush your teeth. Remind, hey, angels, my guides, I know them by name. Most of them. I've been through a lot of guides classes. There's another one this Sunday, and every time I meet more new ones, and I have specific ones. So that like Jesus Christ, I know is in my soul tribe, and we have a symbiotic relationship, just like what we have with divine in us, being possessed by divine, I call it. And so it's a team, right? Like Jesus and Archangel Michael Archangel Michael's Archangel Michael, Jesus is Jesus, yet they are themselves, but they still work as a symbiotic team. And so are we. Don't forget that. Even though we volunteered to come down into this um, meat suit of freaking, what is it? We forget where we came from, heaven, right? All of the knowledge of knowing and being, um, amnesia. Thank you. So we are constantly reminding ourselves to climb out of the amnesia hole, right? And we do that with our meditation and grounding. Um, so anyone who tries to do dark illusions, it's a no. They must be of equally yoked, again, ordained by Most High, or forget it. No, I know we have hearts. Don't be a bleeding heart. Have a bleeding heart. My heart breaks for those too, and I want to help them. At the same time, I have my own, I'm in charge I'm the captain of my ship, of my temple, with my divine possession that I always ask. Take care of this because you are older and wiser than I am, divine. So love is not superficial, smothering, controlling, manipulative. Just take, not giving equally. Hurting or plain out lame, right? It gets, I never enjoyed watching Jerry Springer. It was just, noise and a headache. So, um, you know, just let it be, right? So that Jerry Springer drama is usually high vibers of love and um, long lasting relationships, 40 years, 20 years, 50 years, um, know better. So when you know what you want, right? Healing and doing the soul inner work, then we can set your life up the way to live correct, just like our decisions, right? Like a captain will take control of our ship, our lives. And there's no fear and there's no doubt, and we're not scared because we've already done the work. We know, right? We know better. We know what we're doing. That is being captain of our ship, taking control of our own ship. And we want our equally yoked taking control of their ship. And then that way we can symbiotically work, right? Jesus Christ, Archangel Michael, right? Can't like Mary Magdalene and Jesus Christ, right? Many channelings, they really were in love, okay? And this is their relationship. It goes deeper. There's a lot of really validated, strong channelers who have channeled the same information and that they were in love and had children. And I'm not going to go into that right now unless you want me to, but um, they had a symbiotic relationship, right? It was equal give and take. It was a mutual understanding, and they were in the same unity consciousness. And they were both powerful. They were both loving. They were both um, just gifted. And that's how their relationship blossomed and lasted the entire time of their lives. And there's nothing more trusting and solid than the time and that love that is built like a brick house, right? So let's do our reading on these. I'm still working on our star families, but I will do the star family. I put these together. Okay, so these cards I put together are galactics and from our several lifetimes. Mishka, in and she's a past life regression hypnotherapist in um, Las Vegas, and she has a radio show on KCOR Radio. You can look that up on Google and check out all their different. We have a lot of galactic families and messengers on there um, who give behind the scenes information. I'm a little behind. I need to check it out. Where did I put that? I wanted to give her credit. Misha? Okay. So when I went to the Starseed, I don't know what it was called, consciousness, 5D consciousness um, convention in um, Las Vegas, Nevada, a few years ago. I got a reading by Misha Johnston. That's Russian, Misha. And she put together these ET Experiencer Oracle deck, the unimaginable. And this talks about our different galactic families that when we go in our past life regressions can say on videotape. And it's really interesting. And also, I got her um, deck, ET Experiencer, because she has also been a part as a child in, I think it was like a CIA Black Ops MK Ultra program. And there's a lot of whistleblowers on that, just like we read her book on healing PTSD, um, Kathy O'Brien. Okay. And so this is her Oracle deck. And I put them together. So you can check her out, Misha Johnston. So, with the Experiencer Oracle, welcome to using a deck dedicated to the topic of ufology and extraterrestrial contact. This oracle is intended to help you and those you read understand the nature of your experiences. You will find that each type of contact agenda is represented. There are even cards to represent the origins of being involved in your experiences. And they wipe the memory, but it comes back, especially when you raise your vibrations. You get more gifts going through these doors and portals. So tune in intuitively after choosing your cards and let your inner guidance explain more about how it resonates. Also, don't forget to keep looking up. Love and Light, and this is Tanya Newberry and Misha Johnston. A lot they do, or a lot of people go to Sedona because of the vortexes and will channel and appear. They'll appear. Actually, Bashar, I said once that he said he was over Seattle, Washington, but he's actually his ship stays over cloaked over Sedona. And Daryl Anka. You want to check out Bashar's channelings. He's a lot of fun. Bashar. And he gives a lot of insights and information. And he's even had like people from the United Nations ask him information in his channeling with Bashar, who's his future great grandchild who came back to this timeline that we are correcting too, that we volunteered for too. Um, Information about how to um, make better engineering of our airplanes and ships, and you know that goes a lot deeper into the rabbit hole, that secret space program. Okay, so childhood contact. Okay, so a lot of us have had childhood contact, right? With our galactic families, we've had dreams, we've had, we've seen things, we've had memories. We've talked with them. We've um, have, and then a lot of them are right now on this planet. In fact, there's been a lot of channelings, and on KCR radio, um, Tales from the Ship. He's a Palladian in a meat suit, and Kent Dunn. He has a um, he flies on a ship, but he in his astral body, um, he gets downloads and brings it to light and gives a lot of whistleblowing. That's really interesting. So, yeah, you've been visited since childhood. Okay. And I got the card that those are my guides. I know I have a lot of galactic family guides. Us 144,000 vibrating at this loving frequency. It's also stated in the Bible. The Bible's highly galactic, by the way. So they just kind of like made it a little easier for people who are kind of still living in the box, and they most of them aren't really educated and know how to change or open their mind, or have a childlike open mind for learning that there's a lot more than you know controlled. Hey, trash bag, fashion, hi, fashion lover. What's up? I'm good, thank you. How are you? So, childhood contact. Have you had any visits from childhood contact? Well, welcome, Starseed. Okay, so let's see what else. Let's give the collective some more information about our starseed life here. Holy Spirit, show us. And like they say God is source, and it's like covering our entire heavenly realm. It's including our ancestors. It's including our galactic families. It's including because it's all connected. So you are special. You're special. Can you wear a plastic trash bag now in the stream? You're funny. Um, is that your secret fetish? You want like a Rubbermaid cat, like a Catwoman outfit? That's funny. Oh, okay. Um, that's pretty cool. I like that. I've seen that. That's really creative. I'm open-minded with creativity, so I love to sew too. I've also taken a semester of fashion design. I love it. Um, and then I did something else because I was 19 and I didn't join the military. I moved to Hollywood. In fact, one of my best friends, I don't know, I've always been an oddball. I just been me all the time, no matter what. Um, my friend Ginger Miller, she was Penthouse Pet of the Year once in the 80s. I had to have been. And um, I don't know, I couldn't do it. Couldn't do it. I don't know. The fame would have been fun, the money would have been fun, but I just couldn't do it. I couldn't see my kids being teased. So, but I liked clothes. I don't My friends and I would always my friend yeah, we always made up our own fashion, and it was kind of interesting. Everyone would find us quite interesting. But that was just us. We were just creative and did our own damn thing. And so you are special. We're all special. No, I don't. Um, no. And I guess famous people I could, but I don't want to. Like people I've dated. I just couldn't. It would be weird, you know. um, I won't. I don't want to. You know why? Because I live in Hawaii, and it's like what do you call it? It's this idea. Okay, so trash bag fashion lover. wants to see people wear more trash bags, like cut a hole in the top. Shit. I think that has to do more like a raincoat, like if it rained more, if I was like sitting in the rain, that would be an awesome idea. Literal rain, because um, I probably have it on everything, but because I'm um not, like if it's humid or something, I'll just sweat. You know what? That's a great way to lose weight, actually. That's pretty smart because, like, if you wear a trash bag and it makes you sweat, you lose weight. So I might consider that, but not right now, okay? But you are special, okay? And your soul is unique, like you, right? Your trash bag idea. Thanks. And you know what? That's okay. I I would go on Melrose and I bought like a it looked like a leather or like a vinyl. It was more like shiny, like patent leather but shiny um backpack. And they have outfits like that. They have boots. Some people are into that. Okay, so this is thick, 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 thick. Holy Spirit, Archangel Michael. What else do you have for the collective? Do you want to say with our galactic families? Astral dreaming, okay? So you are an astral dreamer. And that's our creativity. That's also like our third eye can also bring these in, like we can have and we need to ask our divine guides, show me this in a movie screen size. I want to see for this person that I'm bringing in for someone this reading, show me in a neon light, make it huge. We can talk with our heavenly realm, astral dreaming, definitely. Our ideas, our plans, and being spiritually awake is being aware of what is really going on with our visions and our dreams and our ideas. And validating this, right, is evidential, right? Like someone's, hey, I see a Rolex watch. Oh, wow, that was my dad's. He gave me that when he passed over. That's evidential. Okay. So we can do that when we work in our spiritual awakening. Okay. Work in our evidential. So they know it's not bullshit, right? And only that sitter would know. And then you get your own truths, your own truths. Nobody else can tell you nothing else because right? That's the proof. So I know they can be definitely. Trash bags are very useful. You know, I clean up after my dogs, and I wear them when it's raining. I want to keep dry or put over my baby. Like not over them, but cover the carriage, and then put kind of like an umbrella. Right? It's like an umbrella. Okay, so we have a Palladian here. The Pleiades, I have Palladian DNA, one of them. You've encountered a being from the Pleiades. Hi. A lot of Palladians look like humans because they are our seated family. And just so you know, we are kind of like their chicks. Have you ever like in school, you too? Have you ever had like where you yeah, absolutely, and get the validation, ask for evidential from your, um and it would be positive, you'll know, like, your high vibing of love and light would be positive information. That's how you know, and you get your protection. You know that it's coming from the right place that is you can trust, not deceitful. And also our Palladians, like, they seeded us, so a lot of us, that's why we look like them. And then, but not the shapeshifters who are kind of like my son on the other side says it's really a Men in Black movie here. And I've always felt that. So And then with our psychic abilities, we can also get our evidence for that. So, Mars, okay. Mars is an active place. In fact, the Pleiadians say, Kent Dunn says that they are actually building an Amazon on and a Trump tower. So, and FedEx literally does fly to different planets, and the secret space program. Space Force is just a little disclosure for a lot of people who might freak out. They don't want people having panic attacks knowing the truth. So it's molasses getting this information out. But if you do your own research, you can have it like now. So it's just up to you. There's cognitive dissonance is um it's a psychological word meaning that people are gonna be like, "Nah, that ain't right. That ain't true." The naysayers who don't wanna do their own eh, research or open their mind to, anything is possible. Like a long time ago, science was considered witchcraft, okay? Or technology, or, the tribes would like worship it. And so we have to think like that. There's beings light years advanced of us and open our minds, right? Look at us today. And there's some people that just don't, I consider them kind of lazy, but it's called cognitive dissonance when they're like, nah, nah, naysayers. It's cognitive dissonance when they just think that they don't want to change. It's just creature habit, and they stay in that primitive creature like they don't want to grow or advance or open their mind and educate themselves. So you've encountered a being from Mars. So there are beings from Mars. There were Nazis on there, um, but they've been kicked off. And there was some creatures too also, but there was a battle getting the low vibers off, and they call the white hats and the dark hats because it's like a chess game, I guess. And the white hats have um, conquered, and because God always wins, so they had to move their asses off, and some of them had to get their souls recycled who were breaking crimes against humanity, crimes like trafficking and shit like that. That is not acceptable. Absolutely, trash bag fashion lover. Starseeds, the collective, right? If you're a twin, you're a star seed. If you know, you've had readings from several people and you've had visits and ask, I mean, like many evidential confirmations, then you're a star seed. You're a descendant of the stars. I also got a reading from a Palladian and several different people who didn't know each other because I'm just like that. I have to get like 5 or 6 different and compare and contrast so that I know that I'm not getting bullshit. And Apollonia, you've encountered a being from Apollonia. So I'm not really familiar with the Apollonia star system except Apollonia from Purple Rain. The prince, he named Apollonia one of his girlfriends. So maybe he's from Apollonia. That's interesting. Um, I don't know. I would have to do a private reading, but if that's the evidential, and hopefully it was, that person has pulled through and is okay and free now and in love vibes, because can't go wrong with the love vibes. That's the highest, and um, in alignment with Most High, where we're in our North Star, our purpose, and get our spiritual gifts, right? Our Mario slays the dragon, basically. The South Node is where the dragons are at, and we want to slay it. Our Mario has to slay the dragons to get to the doors in order to win, right? And go to the next level. It's just like that. All the Pleiadians explain that. We're the Marios and the meat suits, and they know how to change meat suits and with the same soul swapping. They also, but it's not allowed. Black magic, that is not consented, and it is highly um, going to be reprimanded and judgment upon those who do. And God keeps us on our highest and best timeline. Okay. We have to stand in our spiritual authority constantly. That is having our third eye open and being spiritually awakened, right? Being the captain of our own ship, right? Divine masculine and divine feminines. Okay. What did I just say? Can't make it up. Soul family. Right. See, this is our flower of life, right? Bringing we have a blueprint in the as above, and then it comes into so below, and that's another thing that we can do working with our soul family in the heavenly realms. Our galactic families know how to do this, and also you share contact with their soul family. Yes, absolutely. And so I call them my invisible family, but they're real, really, really real. In pictures, I don't know why, but usually I'm starting to see them. They have to lower their vibrations, and I don't like doing that to them to come into. That's why it's better to stay in my high vibes and see them in my mind's eye. I just ask my intentions are, how can I after my protection to make it better and faster, just easier to see. And they will. And you can do your own workbook, like signs and symbols. Like, okay, when you show me a sign, when you show me a bell in my imagination, this means, yeah, it's time to act. It's time to wake up. It's time to notice. Um, you got your wings, you earned something, right? You can work with your heavenly guides on what works best between you guys, right? So Tau Centi, I've never heard of Tau Centi, but it's a star system that you've encountered a being from Tau Centi. So someone here has been from Tau Centi. You can look this up and see if it resonates with you. She has books. I bought a book of hers, and she goes through the galactic families and talks about the personalities, the characteristics, and see if it resonates with you, and what our mission is here. And it totally makes sense. Like the Indigo children, we're here to break things down. They're fucking strong. They are really intelligent. My oldest son, Stephen, who's on the other side and works with Archangel Michael, is an indigo child. He was highly intuitive. He was highly intelligent. He was good with numbers. He was strong as an ox. In fact, that was his Chinese um, character, year, the ox. He just fit it to a T. Then I have, you just look at several things like that. Some of us are crystal children, right? Healers, love crystals, right? And raising the vibrations, healing with the crystals, learning them, learning we're more scientists. The crystal children are more like into physics and science, and go into science fields, maybe medicine or a nurse practitioner, something that has to do with um, how engines work and the frequencies of healing, like that. Maybe mechanics. Um, there's also there's children that work with farming, right? Are more humanitarian and bringing food to the planet and feeding those who can help people, because as a human in a meat suit, we need food, but the higher we raise our vibrations, the less sleep and the less food we need, because we're leaving our carbon-based body that's heavier. We also tend to not eat meat. We tend to get our telepathy and understand that everything is alive. Animals speak with telepathy. Everything, it's an energy and a vibration. Sirius, you've encountered a being from Sirius. Okay, so I also have Sirius DNA. The characteristics of Sirius um, like are more good at business, and they're more like got business degrees or masters an MBA. They're good at working with people. They're people, and they're also task managers because they're good leaders, right? You lead. There's different types of leaders, but most of them tend to be either like in a task, handling, and also getting the job done, and also with people, a leadership, and um, human resources, dealing with all those different walks of life that we have. Um, Also, maybe no, I don't know. I haven't seen anyone wearing a plastic trash bag right now. But you know what? I wouldn't doubt it because it's raining really hard last night. It was raining hard. It was raining hard all day, and I was just lazy. I just was really lazy, and I didn't care. I was just like, oh man, this is such a day. I wish I had like cocoa and a fireplace with my dogs and just chill. But anyways, so serious people are more serious. Ugh. They are. Donald Trump is a Syrian. Melania is a Palladian. Um, all the others are Rothschilds, and the Rothschilds listen to David Icke, and just and all of the royals around the world are also um, reptilians. So but there's good and bad. There's good and bad, you have to say. They don't wear trash bags, though. Maybe. I don't know. Hey, remember, have you ever seen the Gong Show? I don't know how old you are, but there was the unknown comic, and he always wore a plastic bag, not a plastic. He wore a back in my day, we had um paper bags, and he always wore a paper bag, and he cut out um eye holes, and I think one for his nose and his mouth, and he would put the microphone to his mouth and tell jokes. The unknown comic. He was pretty funny. My mom and I laughed a lot. Um, so Andromeda. Andromeda, you've encountered a being from Andromeda. So someone here is from Andromeda, and we can look that up and see if the characteristics are is evidential with you. Okay, so here we go. Alpha Draconians, the um the Rothschilds, okay? They are Alpha Draconians. You've encountered a being from Alpha Draconis. Now they shapeshift because, and the thing is that when I said you can go up, but you can't go back, like, and you have to be sweet and nice and high vibing in order to go up in the dimensions. That is like, let me give an example. Bigfoot, Sasquatch, they're 5D. They're very sweet and nice. And they can come back. We see them in 3D, but they pop back into their 5D. And luckily, they're sweet and nice because they can see us in another dimension, but we can't see them, right? So God's plan was pretty smart, just how God made our body, right? It's a symbiotic thing. If they were mean, they would hurt us, right? Because we couldn't see them. But we know that the dimensions also have 5 levels. Okay, there's like 3-1, 3-2, 3-4, 3-5, and then there's a four dimension. Right now we're in 4D, the Palladians say, and there's a 4-1, 4-2, 4-3, 4-4, and I believe it's either they can't go past 4-3 or 4-4. I think it's 4-3. I have it written in my notes when I was like listening to the Palladians and taking notes a long time ago. And um, they can shape shift in 4D, but they can't be invisible. And You know what I mean? They can't do that shit. They can't go to 5D and come back like Sasquatch because they haven't earned it. They can't. They're not nice enough. You have to, just like I was listening to a an airline pilot. Okay, I can't remember his name, but actually he was an Air Force pilot. Okay, he was sound mind and just level headed, could think straight, and he was asked to fly the secret space program, now Space Force, um, years ago, to fly to the sun because the sun is actually a portal. Well, and I remember all the Pleiadians say it's not hot. That's an illusion within our our firmament. Now, the time that he was at the port, and there, Gina Marie Coleman, she has pictures of ports outside of the sun where the ships were parked. And he asked a sun being that looked different, like, Men in Black. And he said, can I come in? And he was told no, because you have to um, basically raise your vibrations. You have to pass your tests. We have to earn it, right? We have to be of that vibrational match in order to make that dimension. It's a different dimension, and um, they're more kinder beings. They're of higher vibration, which is closer to God. Have you ever known anyone who can travel parallel, parallel, parallel worlds in their dreams? Parallel worlds? You mean different dimensions and different timelines? Yes. There's also remote viewers. There's classes you can take on that. Yeah. There's classes you could take on that. And be very careful. Always do your protection, cleanse your energy. I am a strong, firm believer. Another thing about being in charge, right? Being the captain of our ship and our energy is definitely protection, having standing in our spiritual authority, okay? Like being high vibe, the benefit of that is that your protection is universe is thick, because heavenly realm is bigger than all of our physical eyes can see of the universes. So yeah, they say it's mind blowing. We can't fathom it in our little bird brains as humans. And that's another benefit of doing the inner work and healing, and then raising our vibrations, because not only does our little Mario get to go through all these portals and resonate with that and get our Avenger superpowers, and be with our galactic friends and all the stuff that um, you know people still have to learn to open their mind to. We also get the ability to just think it and do it. Like, you see a UFO and they're sentient. The ships are built to that captain of that UFO ship, and it's all thought. And the crystals are also what are used. They're records. They're used to store and communicate with the sentient ship, with the thoughts. They disappear because they end up on that timeline. So it's what our galactic families do. Maybe you can you do your protection and your grounding and your everything. Talk to your guides, your heavenly guides, your heavenly families. My crossover son, says our angels are our galactic families because they're in that vibration, the ninth D and above. And the archangels are above, closer to God. But yeah, the whole Bible's a prophecy. I know, like, some of the Freemasons mess with it. It's obvious to tell, hell and damnation and things like that. And men controlling women and things like that, and not giving Mary Magdalene any credit, and a lot of females that were involved. Yeah, there was a lot of But we're moving out of that. Our age of Aquarius is moving into our feminine, actually, our feminine, more nurturing, loving, softer side that is about our higher gifts from God, not control and deceit and illusion. Those are honestly, that's really just it's a lesson. And this is the hardest planet on my Palladian and galactics that I listen to say that. It's that devil stuff is just um a lesson we have to pass in order to get through these doors on our Mario game. That acquaintance I spoke of, Hippocrates spoke about the people that bound him. What? That acquaintance I spoke of had a prophecy told about them. Oh, hmm. The prophecy was positive or negative? Soulmate. Someone here are soulmates. Busted. Your soulmate is from the stars. I know that. Not to be an asshole, but I do. Not to be stupid. Super cool. I was a little of both. Oh, it was a little of both. So, black and white? I don't know. I need more information. I don't know. You want me to do a reading on it so I can pull cards? Oh my gosh, it was so funny. I was watching this lady and she got a troll in her chat that was like being like a total a-hole to her. And she was like, okay, well, let's do one on you. And she was just like calling this person out. Like, it was so funny. But we found out from the cards that they actually worked for the YouTube, and they were a psyop, and then she started getting personal, like was just dumped and was going through like, oh my god, I got really personal. The guy like left. It was so funny. Like, I'm gonna use my puppy cards. Aren't these cute? I saw on Etsy these were going for like freaking almost $100, and then I saw it somewhere else for like $3. I'm like, sold. My sister has like all those Cabbage Patch dolls and Beanie Babies. She had me going to all these places. I need this Beanie Baby, that Beanie Baby. We got them all. Okay, so Holy Spirit, Archangel Michael, give us some insight on this prophecy. Um, so, what exactly you said that they told him that they would either destroy or save the known world. You know what? That's a different timeline. Actually, Kent Dunn talks about this. If you want to watch, oh God, he used to be, he has his own radio show, and you kind of have to like listen for the first bit. He'll talk about some galactic news and the different timelines that are going on. I think a couple of years ago, he was saying, like us vibing right now are usually when we get really tired, that's because they're switching our timelines, and those that resonate or if things disappear or reappear, it's because the timeline was switched. And they're moving, it is a vibration. If we're on the same, it's kind of like um we've gone into another timeline, and he was saying that there was a timeline that we just left that now, like New York was on fire, and there was like a total um like food lines and things like that. So yeah, it does happen that we're not even aware of. So you can connect with your galactic families after you've done your protection and cleansing, so you make sure you're on the right frequencies. And and get that information, or you can go to KCOR radio, um, and a lot of them are on there. There's another Palladian radio that has, oh, I can't remember. If you go to ebh.club, empoweringbetterhumans.club, there's a lot of people that post. They all just like a community posts a bunch of information, and then along the side there's like truth, truth about what's really going on, and gematria and all that stuff, um, and history, true history. If you look on the side, your right side of the computer, there's like a border, and like scroll down and you'll see a radio. Can't remember the name to save my life. It's been a while since I've been on there, but he's a Palladian, and Dr. Sam Muggsy. She's also a galactic um, messenger. She's a holistic doctor, and she's also gives information. Her husband's on there, Crypto Tom. He talks about crypto because we are moving into crypto, and we're getting rid of the fiat dollar that is old school. It's totally old school. We're going to have an unhackable quantum financial system that is from the Pleiades. The Pleiadians will run that, and it's very unhackable. And we're going into a crypto system. So you can learn about that. They'll give you free advice on how to get your wallet set up and protect it. Um, he also has classes, and also um, just check it out. ebh.club, CLUB. And there's lots of information on there. It's brought up to speed. Okay, so the world. All right. So yeah, this is an end of a cycle or a beginning of a cycle. So yeah, there's different timelines. That makes sense, all right, for an ending or beginning. And everyone has their own timeline. Like I may be talking with someone, but my frequency might be different from someone else. And I'm on a different a higher vibrational one where it's some of them we can see, some of them we can't. But um, as channeled, we will be most likely with those that who we resonate with. We can take a step down and go with those that we don't, but why? We'll be in all that karma and all that. Um, it's just a demotion, right? We don't want that. Then we'll become a karmic, having to learn the karmic lesson. I want to stay in my divinity. I earned it, and I want all my benefits that come with it. I do not want to get demoted and lose my shit, my superpowers. I want to get to Avenger status, which we are going to be. And so there's timeline for creativity, right? And passion and joy, and a gift that can grow. We also have, you know, okay. So with the destruction, Five of Wands, you have your choice, our free will. There's one that is where everyone's fighting. Okay. Five of Wands. Look at everyone. This is kind of like childish, immature, Jerry Springer show. All right. Do you want to be in a Jerry Springer show, or do you want to live on a ranch where you can be the captain of your own ship and grow and multiply and get your Avenger powers? Okay, it's a no-brainer. And then we have here the Nine of Pentacles. This is a single, independent, self-sufficient, growing. Well, this would obviously be on the timeline to save the world, right? That would be service to others. Everyone works together as a team, a functional company, a functional love relationship where it's long lasting, and trust is grown, and you build your brick house, right? See the home, and the tree, a family tree, whatever, growth. We're saving, having it, right? Not spending it foolishly. Well, we learned that. And if we don't taught, or if we haven't had parents to teach us, we need to, a lot of us weren't born with the silver spoon in our mouth. We have to do our own research and find the grants to There's people who were from the ghetto and became doctors. They weren't born with the s- silver spoon in their mouth, but people think, oh, their life is easy and want to rob them. That's bullshit because they fucking earned it. They worked their ass off and they had to probably work a job, study, probably had a family. So people need to stop making shit up in their head and find out evidence and facts. In fact, that's really dumb. That is a destructive timeline when you got a bunch of dummies believing bullshit, lies, gossip without doing your own research and making sure. I've always been like that when I was a kid. People would tell me, ew, I don't like that person. That person's, I don't like that person. And I would always be like, why? And then they would say, whatever. And I would kind of think, well, when someone tells me that, that's kind of negative to me. So I'm watching that person now, wondering, are you always a negative? Are you a karmic, or are you just like warning me, or what? Then I will take my own ass over and start talking with that person and kind of like want to know. I want to know for myself. I've always been like that. I want to know my own. I've never been scared or afraid to find out my own shit. I don't know. I think I was just born like that. The acquaintance of mine told me that he goes to several timelines at once before he wakes up. Well, yeah, the dream state we do. In fact, um, I learned that I'm more of a badass when I dream because I work with, I have a soul contract with Archangel Raphael. I do on when I'm awake and when I'm asleep, and I also have a soul contract with, actually more when I'm awake. Is this realm I'm with Archangel Raphael. Yet on um, my dream state, I'm with my ancestors because I have lots of dreams with my ancestors, and my angels, my archangels, my galactic family, and also I slay demons in my dreams. I've had really cool dreams like that, and I fly away. I have wings, um, so and I have a dragon, and I had a reading from a really good um, psychic medium, and she also like talked about my dragon. He's cool. How can you find out if you have a soul contract so I can tell that person? You can, you know what? You can get a reading. My friends, if you want to get a reading from my friends, I can give you a reading on my website, on my description below, or my friends who I love and adore, and I highly recommend them. Deborah Hookie, Debra Hookie, HOOKEY.com. She has her own website, and she has classes. Um, Also, um, Michelle's awesome. She was on Channeling Eric. Um, she is also booked like 6 months ahead. I gotta warn you, she's 6 months back. Um, her name. Oh wait, her website is uh, what is it? Heart, healing, healing. Okay, HTTPS colon right, semicolon or whatever slash slash // um healing HEALING, and then she spells H, and then there's a dash, and then HART.com, and she's awesome. I get readings with her too, and she's worked with my friend who's channeled her soul. She has a soul contract with a friend who passed away when he was in his 20s and she was in her 60s, and it's a really cool story how it unfolded. But anyways, she found out that he was always around her because they have a soul contract to write books, and Michelle translated 3 books, memoirs, and she's a professor at a Cal State college, and they're published. And I'm doing one with my son. I need to make an appointment with her. We just, with the holidays and stuff, we just we're really flexible with each other. So, but definitely. So let me finish this also with the two of wands, okay? So these are our choices that we have with our free will, right? Our solar plexus, which is on our stomach, the yellow, the sun, where we have our choice. This is a plan, two of wands, right? So this is action with creating or standing guards. Or we have a choice. We can take our spiritual power and be in charge of our vessel and our spiritual authority and say, you know, I say I do not consent to any low vibes, nefariousness, um, corruption, and black magic. None of that. Return to sender times 10. Powerful name of Jesus Christ. And um, God put me on my highest and best timeline. That I do not consent and put me on my best and highest timeline was taught to me by a Palladian. Okay. The galactics know this. The higher vibes. They're in spiritual authority. That's one of our Mario doors. Choose the spiritual authority door. Okay. And you can wear whatever you freaking want. You're welcome. Ooh, a challenge. Okay. What's up? That is to do a whole stream wearing a plastic trash bags as an outfit. Do you accept? No, I don't. Sorry, but I don't want to. The weather. I told you if I was out in the rain, literally would be another story. But my weather does not call for a trash bag. But thank you for asking. That's cute. You're funny. Okay. So it's been an hour and 46 minutes. I should clean up here and do my housework. That's boring. I'd rather talk with a collective. Do you know anyone that will wear them? Actually, look it up on YouTube because I've seen people do that. Like they have those reality shows where they have fashion designers come up with I've done that in my fashion design class. We had to come up with a dress and a household item with a fruit or a vegetable. And I made a carrot dress, you know, that was orange and green and then went, slimmer and it was black. And then um and carrot, and then I made something else in a carrot. I forget what it was, but I had to use 2 colors. I think they're called contrast when they're opposite. So orange and green were opposite from each other, so I had to do that. I got an A, got an A. Do you know anyone that will wear them? Nice. Yeah, look up on YouTube because sometimes I've seen that. Like they get really creative and then they're like, okay, like how those tattoo artists, they're like, okay, well, you got to do this art. And they have to like brainstorm super fast something that's really creative and the best. So I've seen that. I've seen people do plastic trash bag sewing up different outfits as a creative project and make it pretty cool, actually. I am wearing some. Well, I'm happy for you. No judgment. I bet it looks really cute. I don't know. I'd like to see what does it look like, Is it Greek style with some thongs. I was gonna say sandals because I was thinking of like, you know, what are those toga parties? Is it that kind of style? Is it something I had history of art when I was in fashion design and basically, there's 2 arms, 2 legs, 1 head. Fashion can get pretty boring, but everyone takes and gives from a different part of the eras of the fashion or the countries and creates because it can be kind of boring, but I don't know, to each his own. But yeah, we can get really creative with it. I love it. I am athletic shorts, I am wearing a 20-gallon Glad bag scented ones. Was that supposed to be graphic? Well, okay. I'm gonna psychic abilities. You have many telepathic and psychic abilities since your contact. All right. Well, let's stick with our spiritual eye and um because we are growing spiritually, we're raising our vibrations, okay? And honestly, at 55, I'm looking for a good heart, you know. What the package on the outside is really comes last to me. The soul, the mind, then the ass. I'm a mother because if it's too much of an ass, I'll cut it. And being an empress, divine feminine, I do have my queen of swords. Just giving detail. Yeah. We have to pay attention to the detail, but we also need evidence. Because you can't bullshit a bullshitter. And I am a Taurus, a bull. Anyways, you're a lot of fun. I hope to see you again tomorrow. I don't really have a specific time, um, but I just kind of like, I don't know, I'm on my time, do my own thing. Whenever I feel like it, it's nice. But I'm coming up to speed. I'm doing more and more. I do need to get my housework done because I put it off at the holidays, and we have Christmas coming up. I still got to put some more lights up. I love the lights. Anyways, trash bag fashion lover, you are really cool and a lot of fun. And God bless you. The divinity in me honors the divinity in you. And the rest of you, collective, the divinity in me honors the divinity in you. And it's definitely very important, no matter how stressful out there gets. Remember, keep your peace in the eye of the storm. Stay grounded and protected and in the love vibes. All right. Raise your vibrations. You're welcome, sweetheart. Sweet dreams and do your connect with their galactic families. I'm curious too what happens with them. Sometimes when I pray at night and I ask my angels questions, I wake up with it. You know, that's fun thing to do. Ask them to make loud pops or something. They used to do that. I'm asking them to do it again. Anyways, sweet dreams, you guys. Peace out. I'm gonna do housework now. Fun stuff. You too. Have a good day at night. How do you do that? Housework? Do my laundry and put furniture together and organize. I just do. Take care. Peace. I do it with music. No pray. I pray. Yes, I pray. My meditation is prayers. Ask. Yeah, just ask. Ask. Like like you just did now. Just ask. Say, hey, Archangel Michael, and you can look up all the different angels and their specific jobs, their duties, and say, hey, can you help me with this and that? That's what we do. See that movie Forever with Richard Dreyfuss. That's a lot about like when we cross over, we also are assigned to what our job was in this life. Like if you want to play the guitar, you can ask, hey, Jimi Hendrix, help me with a lick, help me with the song. That's what happens. My son, he told me that on the other side. He wears a spirit. What do you call him? What does Britney Spears wear? A headset. He wears a headset. He's an angel and he wears a headset. And then when the vibration of someone that he knows something about, maybe from the army, he was an army ranger. If an army ranger is like, oh God, angels help me. How do I do this? How do I do that? Ring, ring, ring. My son will get his headset connected and he will do that. See, um, Richard Dreyfuss in Always, Alwas. That's the closest to what it's like when we cross over on the other side. And we have lessons to learn over there too. And you will see. See that movie, okay? It'll give you a good visual on what happens when we cross over, on the lessons we have to learn over there too, and how we have jobs. Anyways, peace out. It was good talking with you. Bye. Love you, collective. Peace, karmics, mean girls. Peace. Sending you love vibes.